So in this video, we about to learn how to do starter wicks step by step. And you're gonna need you a mannequin. That's the first thing you're gonna need. And you also gonna need 2 combs and one with like a tail on the end and then a regular comb. You'll see why we need those in the video. And also you're gonna need some scissors to cut the hair at the end. And you also gonna need your crochet needles. And they have crochet needles that has a 1 on the end, 2 needles on the end, 3 needles on the end, and they have different sizes. These are 1.0 and I believe it's 1.0 and a 0.75, and I have extra needles. I always keep extra needles. These are a 0.5 and a 0.75 also. So you want to have different type of needles so that you can be able to do the hair, because sometimes the hair is thick, so you'll need the one with the 2 needle on it, the one with the 3 needle on it, or the one, if it's thin, you can use the one with the 1 needle on it. And also we're gonna need the rubber bands. You're gonna need rubber bands, and you're gonna have your mannequin, and with your mannequin, you can see my rubber bands, how I got my rubber bands on it. I section the hair off. Before I start doing the wicks, I section it off. So this is how I section it off before I started it, but we're going to get into the video. The first thing I do is, like I said, I section the hair because the client going to tell you how they want their hair, how many they want. So you're going to section it off with how many and how they want it, where they want it. You're going to put the rubber bands on it. And when you get ready to start, you're going to take the rubber band off. So we just put the rubber band on it because we section it off. So we're going to comb. Once we take the rubber band off, we're going to start combing it, comb it out, fluff it out a little bit. And then you're going to hold it. You always want to hold it with one hand. And then you're going to get your needle, and you can use your 1 needle or your 2 needle or your 3 needle, whichever one that's work good for you. Sometimes I start off with 1 to see how that is, and then I work my way to the other ones. And you also have to have your needle facing down. Always have the hook facing down. If you have it facing up, it's not pulling the hair, so you have it facing down so it could pull the hair from one side to another. So you stick your needle in. You see how I got my needle stuck in. You pulling the hair from one side to another. You pull it from one side to another. You pulling it to mold it, to get it starting to mold. So you pull it from one side to another. My 1 is not working, so I'm going to get my 2. So you go in. I'm going in pretty fast here, but when you first go in, you hold it like this, hold it, and then you take your needle and pull it from one side. I'm pulling it because I'm pulling it from one side to another to bring the hair in to get it to mold as a wig. So I do start like at the top of it. Sometimes you can start at the bottom, at the roots. But if you want, you can start at the top. I'm showing you how I do it step by step. So you start at the top. I started at the top just to get it mold, and then I hold it and I go around it. See how the needle pulling it from one side to another, pulling it from one side to another to get it to mold as a wick. So you go around it, all the way around it. That's why I'm turning my mannequin around, because I'm getting on every side. I'm pulling it from one side to another to get it to start the mold as a wig. So one side, and you can squeeze it as you're going. You'll see my hand squeezing it, taking off. And like I say, I'm turning it. I'm going to turn it from around each side so I can get all the way around the wick and make sure the whole wick is mold like it's supposed to be. So you take the needle, stick it in, pull it. Always have your needle facing down, the hooks facing down. You pull it. And once you pull it, you'll see me going in a couple times. Like, you see how I'm hitting a couple times, coming, pulling, hitting it. You pull it. Once you get it pulled and mold, then that's when you stick it in. You pull it like that a couple times, hit it a couple times, pull it. Stick it in, hit it a couple times, pull it, hit it a couple times, pull it. You just bringing the hair in bringing it in. And when you get at the top, when to close the top end, you push the needle up under and bring it up to the top like this. And then you pull it down because you closing your ends in. That's how you close your ends in. Just like that. Pull it, pull it, pull it, go in a couple times, pull it, go in a couple times, and pull it, go around each angle to make sure the top is mowed right. And then you can go around it all different kind of ways. You want to use your needle going different type of ways, every which way you could go, so that you know that the hair is stuffed in and secured. But just take it from one side to another and put it on each side. And once you do that pull and to get it molded, you go in a couple times. You see me hitting a couple times before I pull, because now I'm sealing it in basically. Holding it, pulling it, holding it, pulling it. Holding it, pulling it. Holding it, pulling it. On each side, going back to the top. And then I'm taking it, you got to go around every which way you can go. See how I'm going all different type of ways, up and down, side to side. I'm positioning every type of way just to get all the hair to seal in from the inside and the out. See how I'm holding it. And then I try to get my roots. When I get my roots, I hold it tight at the bottom. So I'm turning around now. But you see how I hold that bottom part like that, and then I pull it in because I'm coming down. I go all the way down, all the way around. Going down, going all the way around. You got to get the hair from every which angle. See, I'm getting close. I'm to the roots, pulling the roots in like from each side. When you in the client head, you're going to have to move around them. But with my mannequin, I can pick it up and move it. But you in and out. You see how I'm in and out with the needle? I'm holding it. That's where I'm getting closer, coming down more, closer to the roots. I hold it. Hold it and go in and out. See, I'm going in a couple times before I pull it. Once I get it all together, because it's together now, and I'm just going in, sealing it in now from different angles. I'm making sure I ain't leaving no humps and no hair out, and the little hair that I leave, I will show you, it would be like a couple flakes out, but pull it in. Hit it. Okay, now we're going to do another one. We're going to take our rubber band off. I always see something and go bite. If you look, make sure if you see something, you go bite and pull it in. You see how I'm using that needle all the way around. And then we're going to get on a second one. We're going to take our rubber band off on the second one. See, take your rubber band off. This is what you're going to do to each one. Take your rubber band off and move on to the next. Do the same step. Hold it. Get your comb. Comb it out. And then go in with your needle. See how I'm going in with your needle, with my needle? And then I'm starting to pull it in and out, pull it in and out, in and out, pull it in and out, in and out. Pull it from one side to another. I always like to start at that top part. And then I work my way down. In and out, in and out. See, in and out. I'm working it all the way around so I can get it to mold, and I can make it a wick, a tighter wick. Get your needle, hold it in and out on every angle. Go every angle around all around the wick so that it all can form and shape the same. In and out first. Then you go in a couple times, then pull it to get it to tighten up and come together. The more you poke it with the needle, the tighter it is. The wick be. I don't like to do mine too tight, so I kind of, because I let it form on its own, so I don't go crazy. Too much in and out, I do it to where enough where it's formed. So get it to form, in and out. Then you go in a couple times, pull it. In a couple times, pull it. In a couple times, pull it from every angle. Turning it around, getting the other side from every angle. Take that needle, come from the top to seal that bottom end. You see how I'm sealing that bottom end? I'm bringing it in, bringing it in, bringing it in from the top. And then I go down it, go all the way down. I go all the way down to the roots, going in and out. I do the same routine throughout the whole week. I'm just going all around it, doing the same little routine I'm doing, in and out. Then I go a couple times, pull. I go a couple times, pull, just to seal it in. And I'm going every angle, watching your angles. Always do every angle so that way you can get every side of it and make sure it's all sealed in. And I leave a little room I don't make my roots too tight, so you don't have to. You can tighten up your roots, that's up to you, but I don't go too crazy with tightening my roots. I try to tighten it enough because the wick gonna form on its own. It's just like locks, they'll form on their own, but you want to get it to where it holds and stay. So that's why I'm hitting as much as I can, but I'm not gonna tighten it too tight because I feel once they form, they get skinny. They can, get too skinny and fall. A lot of people when they get wicks, they like them fat. So in and out, in and out. And go all the way around it. Yeah, so now we're going to get this bite part. Like we're going to go do the same step, in and out, making sure we got it all to come together. It's forming together as a wick. In and out. Position it from a different angle, but pulling on the roots too. I go up and down the whole thing. And I'm turning it. So now I take my scissors, and because I'm finished this, I cut the tips, the hairs, the extra hairs that was left off, I cut it, and I go around it, cleaning it up on every one. Each one I do that at the end. I go around and cutting the tips, making sure there ain't no extra hair left around it, the little fuzz. And like I say, I always look at my wick and I go back if it's if I see something else. And then in this next, I'm going to show you how to do it with the rubber band method. It's two ways you can do it. I did this side without the rubber band method. The next side, we're going to do it with the rubber band method. We're going to keep the rubber band on. But see how I'm going back doing my little touch-ups, making sure everything is good. So you always look at it afterwards and make sure everything good. And if you can see some spots still loose that you can get to come in, just go back and do your cleanup like you do anything else. And that's it. Like I said, use your scissors and clean it up, and then move on to the next after that. After you get it all cut, the little excess hair that's left, and then clean it all up, and then move on to the next. So now this is the rubber band method. We're going to keep the rubber band on, but I'm going to tighten the rubber band up a little bit more. I'm finna show y'all with these two how to do the rubber band method. I got my rubber band on, but we're going to tighten it up more so that we can have it tight so we can form this wick. So this is the rubber band method. So you could do which one easy for you, either the way I did on that side or this side, the rubber band method. If you want to start off with the rubber band method until you get better, that's cool, because some people don't do it. Some people do the rubber band method. That's why I want to show you two ways so you could do what's best for you. But I comb the hair out like I told you once I got the rubber band on there, and I do the same thing. I go in and pull it from one side to another, all the way around. I'm pulling it from one side to another, pulling it. But I just got the rubber band at the bottom. I still have to hold it though, because either way it go, you shaping the wick, so you have to hold it. But the rubber band is holding the roots, so I'm not gonna have to go as crazy on the roots because of the rubber band. I'm gonna go all the way down to where the rubber band. See, I'm going in, I'm pulling it in, forming it. And then once I form it, I go in a couple times. When I get it where I know it's mold, and then I go to that top, and I'm pulling down, sealing in that top. Like I said, you get your own little pattern. If you want to start from the top to the bottom, or you want to start from the bottom to the top. But take your needle, go in and out, in and out, in and out. Get it shaped. The rubber band method is quicker too. And see, I'm doing what I do with each one. I turn it around and around. I go around and around it and poking it in and out, making sure I can get each side of it. Just pulling it in, pulling it from one side to another. Every angle, different sides. Making sure all that hair coming together, forming as a wick. I'm going to go up and down the wick too, like up and down it, and still hold it like I say with the rubber band. You always still want to hold it. And you're doing your top. You can do your top, bring that top in by pushing it up. Holding it, squeeze it. You have to squeeze it sometime for it to come together. Squeeze it while you're poking it. Like I said, the more you poke it, the tighter it gets. So I don't poke it too crazy. I just poke it enough to get it to come together. I like to keep it thick. Pull it in and out, in and out. See how that needle going in and out? Make sure your needle always facing, the hook's always facing down as you in and out. In and out. See, I'm coming from sealing that end in, pulling it up, making sure it's sealed in tight and good. And once I'm done, I cut my rubber band off, and then whatever else I can get as far as in down to the roots, I'll go back in and hold the rest of it, because the rubber band, depending on the hair, sometimes it'll get it all the way down, sometimes it won't. So I take it and I go back once I take the rubber band out. But it helped me. You know, the rubber band helped me. It made it quicker to form it. And I just go back in and go back down to the bottom by the roots and stuff and get as close as I can. See, I go in a couple times just to seal it in. Got to get down there to them roots where the rubber band was at, right above the rubber band. See right there? Pulling it a couple times and pulling it. Always hold it and squeeze it. Make sure you look at it all the way around. Make sure it came together. See that needle? I want you to get a close-up look. See that? It's going in and out. I'm hitting a couple times, then pulling it back because I'm pulling it from one side to another. Hopefully yours done started forming. If you following the steps, and you'll get your own pattern as you go, as you continue doing them, keep practicing, you will get your own pattern. And you might do it different from me, but this is the way to do it, and then you just find your own way of doing it. But I like to show you two methods, the rubber band method and the regular method. See, I saw that little piece of hair. I'm trying to get it in, making sure it's all coming together as one. See, I'm squeezing it. I hold it all kind of ways. Sometimes with 2 fingers, sometimes with all my fingers. Now we're going to go on to the next one. Like I said, we're going to take that rubber band off. This is the rubber band method. We're going to tighten the rubber band up. Make it tight. And then that little piece there, I'll get that later. Then you're going to comb it out like you, the steps. You comb it out first once you get that rubber band, fluffing it out. And then you get that rubber band and tighten it up. You can tighten it up before you comb it, or you can comb it before you put the rubber band. Either or, you just want to fluff it out a little bit. I always see a spot and go bite. That's just me. You'll be the same way too. You'll be looking, see a spot and go bite. Get this little spot, and now we're gonna get to our next one. We're gonna get this mannequin together. Then we're gonna hold it, and we're gonna start. Either you can start from the bottom or the top, either whichever way you feel comfortable, bottom or the top. But I got my tool, I got my hooks facing down, and I'm gonna go in and out to get it this shape. Pull it in and out, pull it, pull it, pull it, pull it all the way around to get it to mold first before I start going in and out a couple times, in and out. And I'm holding it different ways, pulling it from one side to another. All around it. Make sure you're holding it while you're poking it. Always hold it while you're poking it in and out so you can get all around it. Always get them tips. Pull them in so they can shape. The end part can shape and close in. Then you going up and down all the way around the wick, from the top to the bottom. Like I say, you can start from the top or you can start from the bottom. But just go out, make sure you get it all the way around, all the way up and down. And always hold it and squeeze it. And you'll see me on this one, sometimes I'm turning it too, like twisting it. Some people do it, they twist it and hit it. Twisting it, to me, sometimes I don't like to do that too much, because I feel like when you, because a lot of people do it, you'll see other people doing it, they twist it and do it. But I feel like when they fit like that and you twist them, you kind of like separating them a little bit from the roots, and once they mature they separate from the roots. So I like to just kind of like hold them and do it instead of twisting them too much and do it. Now if I had skinny ones I would twist them, but as far as in the fat ones I try not to twist them too much. I just try to hold them and go around them. But sometimes I get them and twist them, but not too much. But I just go all the way down and do the same routine I did for each one of them, every one of them. Every angle. Getting close to my rubber band. Now I'm going to cut my rubber band off and get the rest of the hair that the rubber band stopped. I'm going to hit right there where the rubber band stopped. I'm going to hold it with my hand once again and then squeeze it and then go in and out. Same routine. Pulling in the roots. Pulling it in and out. Turning it around. Every angle. Sometimes some clients it will hurt because some clients are tender-headed. So when I have a client that it hurts on, I do the rubber band method. So and some people that's not, it doesn't hurt, I don't really do the rubber band method. But if they tell me they really tender-headed, I was like, okay, let me do the rubber band method. But the rubber band method is also quick too. You see how fast we did them, faster than the other side. But you just keep holding it and going in and out, squeezing it. We just finishing up the rest of it that we need to get done. I always go bite when I see it. I always go bite, look, make sure you don't see no humps and all that, because you want it to be shaped all the right way. You don't want to leave no hair, too much hair, like not molding together with it. See that needle? In and out. Pulling it. Getting the roots to come in. Bringing it all to seal it in. I'm turning around to get that bite part. Side, the bite, the front, every which angle. See, we got it. Y'all should be at this point by now. See how it's looking. Looking good. Hopefully we all on the same page. Now we get our scissors and we start cutting. We cut the tips to make sure we got all the hair, not the, the hair, the extra hair that's on the tips and around it. Cut all around it to clean it up, to make it real clean.